Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of More Than Just a Girl, a podcast dedicated to highlighting the incredible achievements of women in engineering, business, STEM fields, the world of writing, and beyond. I'm Ramy Chia, your host, and I'm excited to be going on this journey with you. Before we dive into our topics and interviews, I wanted to take a moment to introduce myself and share the inspiration behind this podcast. I'm a woman, a daughter, a sister, a mother, a wife, an engineer, and I'm also the past president of the Association of Professional Engineers of Belize, and the first woman to hold that post at that. As a female engineer, I've experienced firsthand the challenges and triumphs that come with working in a male-dominated field. My journey has been filled with moments of doubt, perseverance, and ultimately successes. I come from a very humble family that brought me to Belize from Nicaragua when I was just a few months old. I studied civil engineering in Cuba, started in 2002. But my time in Cuba didn't only teach me about engineering, it also instilled in me the importance of speaking up for what is right and advocating for equal opportunities. The word feminist started to become a common label for me as it did for most women studying engineering. I quickly learned that the feminist label is so filled with heavy baggage, and that to many, being a feminist meant we hated men, we wanted to be standing up, and we burn our bras. But to me, being a feminist means so much more. To me, being a feminist means wanting everyone, not just women, to have fair and equal opportunity. Now, fast forward to 2008, when I graduated and began my career. I faced numerous rejections and was often underestimated because of my gender. Boy, was that an eye-opener. I visited many construction companies in Belize and got so many no's. I was even told that I am too small and too pretty to be an engineer. Now, what do you think about that? Well, when I finally got my first job as a site engineer, could you believe that on my first day, I was more concerned about what not to wear so that I could look less girly instead of whether or not I was capable of doing the job? I mean, of course, I knew I was going to rock at this job. I had studied for 6 years to get this degree. But my big concern was the risk of not being taken seriously due to my appearance and gender. After all, I was joining what they call a male-dominated field. Being one of the first women in Belize that worked as a civil engineer on site made me stand out like a sore thumb. And back then, the men made it as hard as they possibly could for me to fit in. Truth be told, up to today, few women are given the same opportunities as men or even the same respect as these men in these male-dominated fields. As a woman, we have several obstacles, and many times we have to make choices to work late hours and even on holidays, just as I did. And of course, those times, it's my family that suffers. And all of this for what? Just to show that I am capable or man enough to do the job? I have always had to work 2 or 3 times harder in order for my experience and opportunities to be turned into successes and triumphs. I have always said, if becoming a mom at 17 didn't stop me, nothing else would. In fact, being a mom was one of my primary motivations to succeed. I now have 3 boys, and even this I take as an opportunity to promote change. I teach my boys that washing dishes, doing laundry, and cooking are not a girl's job, but they're a job that someone has to do, no matter what gender. So, why did I decide to start this podcast? Well, beyond my professional career, I've also ventured into writing. I authored a children's book titled Amy's Red-Haired Dream, and Tech Titans, a comic book for teens, both aimed at inspiring young minds to explore the wonders of STEM. I believe in the power of sharing stories. Stories have the ability to inspire, educate, and connect us. By sharing the experiences of trailblazing women in engineering, business, STEM, writing, and more, I hope to create a platform where we can celebrate their achievements, learn from their journeys, and inspire others to pursue their passions. Today, I can proudly say that I am no longer afraid to be girly or feminine, and men have realized that I am more than just a girl. In each of the following episodes, we will explore a variety of topics. We'll hear from women who have broken barriers in their respective fields, discuss the importance of mentorship and networking, and dive into ways to encourage more young girls to pursue STEM education. We'll also talk about balancing career and family, overcoming gender biases, and the exciting innovations led by women in STEM and business. I want this podcast to be a source of inspiration and a resource for anyone looking to learn more about incredible contributions of women in these fields. Whether you're a student, a professional, or someone simply curious about the world of STEM, business, and more, there will be something here for you. Thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm excited to share these stories with you, and I hope you will find them as inspiring and empowering as I do. In our next episode, we will be diving into the topic of breaking barriers, women pioneers in engineering, where I'll share stories of some incredible women who have paved the way for future generations. Until then, keep dreaming big, breaking barriers, and blazing your own trail.